In this video we will look how to create this character from scratch. So in this video you will look how I'm sculpting inside a ZBrush, and then after sculpting inside of ZBrush, in the end of video we're gonna take a look the material setup inside the Blender 2.8. I will give you some explanation, a little explanation about how I create the node setup inside the Blender 2.8. So watch this until the end. Enjoy the time lapse. Okay, for another setup, I will show you just the hard surface part that is got a 6 different part but just 2 materials instead of that. I didn't show you how to material this this body, and this word, the hair, the other. So let's take a look. The hard surface is that. Okay, here we go. This is the hard surface, and I want to show you how I create and set up this material setup inside the node editor. So before, take a look how I'm set up this material for each object. That is just have 2 different materials instead of that. I want to take a look how I'm set up the lighting first. So for the lighting, I'm just use a headier eyes from the headier heavens, if I'm not wrong in pronounce. So I just create the texture coordinate and input the generated to the vector of the mapping node in here, and then load the environment texture and from the environment texture I'm add to the background and jump to the surface. So that's it, so easy. Also you can check the header I haven't if you got node. So let's take a look at the first object, that is this. Okay, the first is we will look how this all is rendered version. So let's rendering it. Okay, as you can see, we got 2 different material instead of 6, I think. Yeah, 6 object, 6 different object. So in the first material setup, we're gonna take a look this little called copper armor. So let's jump to the so here we go. The copper gold is exactly same material to the other armor copper gold. So I'm texturing this my object inside the substance painter, so exporting it, and I'm exported the 3 different maps for our material setups. So that is the map is the base color in here, base color, the roughness, and the normal map. So the base color I'm change the sRGB to sRGB because this by default is sRGB, and then the roughness we change from sRGB because the default is sRGB. We changed it to non-color because we didn't use the color data, but we just want to use the height of the roughness. So the normal map is got same shading, that is non-color. So okay, I use these 4 different shader, and exactly that is just 3 different shader. So the first shader I use is diffuse shader, and then glossy BSDF in here, as you can see, the 2 glossy BSDF, and the last is anisotropic BSDF. So let's take a look what the exactly color of the base color texture is. Okay, as we can see, we just have a little cream brown, little bit orange, and the black dots inside the base color. So let's take a look how the roughness is. As we can see, the roughness is really got a very big detail, so we exactly not watch what is that. So I'm use a color ramp for setting it, and as we can see, we got more exactly what the substance painter generated to the texture. So the last is the normal maps, and the normal map is exactly like a normal map normally. Yes, and then I'm inserting it to the normal map node. You can find it inside the vector the normal maps. And let's take a look first on the base color. So the base color, I'm inserting it to the every of each the diffuse, glossy, and anisotropic. So let's take a look at the first diffuse. We have added the base color. So as you can see, it's just a really like base material. So then I'm mixing it with the glossy BSDF. Let's take a look at the glossy first, and then mixing it with the mix shader with the vector from the, as we can see, we got the roughness insert to here, and the output of the roughness I'm inserting to the second colorama. So from the second colorama, let's take a look what is this. I'm flipping this, because as we can see in here, yes, I'm flip and increase the white value to that, and I use this color to my vector in mix shader. Okay, let's watching it one more times. As we can see, we got some a part is really raw and some a part is really glossy. So the second glossy BSDF is exactly have some same color, so that is exactly same, and we got the different roughness from the different colorama. Okay, let's watch what's this. This is really, maybe it's hard to see, but we got the tile in here. Okay, so next let's take a look what the anisotropic is. So here is anisotropic. It's a little bit like a glossy, but it's got a different anisotropic rotation. So for each of the 4 different what is calling it node, this is diffuse, glossy to glossy, and anisotropic, I'm inserting this normal map from a normal map. So I'm insert the normal map node and insert the normal to the normal for each of the node. So we got the normal from the normal map that is generated from Substance Painter. So then I mixing it this to glossy BSDF. Oh, sometimes Blender is have error, so we need to close and open it again. So from the glossy and anisotropic shader, I'm mixing it by the add shader in here. So I just want to have more light and not multiply the color if I'm use the mix shader. So here we go, we got more lighting, more light color. So next I'm mixing it that's to node sub node to one more against that's mix shader. With the factor I'm use is still same from the roughness and use some different colorama. Let's take a look what is colorama. It's really hard to see, but we can look it's really little gray and little more black. So as we can see in the end of the mix shader, we got exactly really good texture, I think. Okay, that is for the first node, and then let's take a look to the what is the other object with the same node is. This is really great for our hard surface with a little bit broken part. So this is it. I will give you close view. We got a beautiful rock, each of different roughness. So the next is this monster head, right? This is armor. It's exactly almost same with this, but it's more got a silver color and a little bit black gray. So let's turn off the visibility of the other object. Okay, it's got more lot of node. Same with the material before. I use 3 different texture map imported from the Substance Painter, and then setting this a little bit color with the color ramp, as we can see in here. And in here I'm use a displacement node, so I'm generate this placement node from the exactly a base color. I'm considering the base color with the color ramp, so we got a little dust in here. So next I'm including it to the displacement in the height factor in here, and insert the output of the displacement node to the once more again the color ramp, and inserting it to the displacement. As we can see in here, we got a really beautiful displacement. Yes, this is. But before it, we need to change it to the non-color, because I'm just use a 2 color that is a little bit gray and white. We don't care about the color in this step. Okay, the next is this monster head normal map. As we can see in here, I'm inserting it to the normal map node in here, and distribute this all of output normal to the each of the node shader, not exactly all, I think. Okay, so let's jump to the base color. After insert the color ramp, as we can see in here, I'm inverting in this color, so we got the inverted color from here, and insert to the glossy, as we can see. Yes, a little bit glossy, and mixing it with the glossy shader with different color, as you can see in here. A little bit of gold color with the factor I generated from the color map to color texture, and then I just mixing it with the other node like glossy shader with the edge shader, and we got more lighter color. And then add more shader in here with the Anisotropic from the base color and insert a little bit color of blue, as we can see in here, and this Anisotropic preview. Okay, we got in here, and then I'm add the shader to this before as shader, so we got more light of color. And the final part of the mix shader is I mix this edge shader with the new Anisotropic PSDF. This is a really black Anisotropic, and mixing it with the factor I'm generated from the base color. From base color I'm include to the color ramp like this ones. Yes, like this ones, and then include this to the color ramp. Other color ramp include and inserting it to the factor. So as we can see in here. So I think that's for the node setup what I made inside this project. So if you found this video is helpful, make sure you subscribe my channel and share this video to your other friends. And if you want more like video like this one, don't forget for subscribe. Okay, thanks. See you in the next tutorials or maybe time-lapse videos. See you soon.